Okay, so I've been sitting here trying to come up with a story I wanted to tell, and I just kept coming back round to the same story. And the story is, I'm in year 9, and let me paint the picture for you. I'm a very angry child, I'm very rude, and I'm very stubborn. I'm still very stubborn now, but anger was something that I really struggled with at that age. Anyway, I'm in school, and I've just started the year. So I've come into a classroom, my maths classroom, and we have a new teacher. And he gets us all stood up from where we've seated ourselves and said, I've made a seating plan. Now, to paint the picture of my teacher, his name was Mr. Whitehead. He was really tidy, in a suit, bold hair, and spoke very proper. He got us up, and he started to seat people in the places he's decided. Now, he sat this one kid down that I didn't get along with too much, and he tried to sit me next to that kid. And straight away I said, nope, I'm not sitting there. There's no way. We had a bit of back and forth in front of the whole class, and I had my hands in my pockets. He said, take your hands out when you're speaking to me. It's rude. Now, at the time, I'm thinking, who the hell does this guy think he is? I got angry, effing and blinded at him. I told him to screw himself, pretty much. Even though I didn't think so, at the time he was being as polite as possible and very respectful, to be fair. After that day, I got suspended for school for a couple days. And after those couple days, my mother didn't let me go back to school. I don't know why, but for about nearly a whole year, my mum didn't let me go back to school. I had to beg her to let me go back to school. Anyway, once I did go back to school after a year, and once I did go back to school after a year, I was even more emotional than I was before, because once I'd gone back to school, my dad had been diagnosed with cancer. So I was even more of an emotional wreck than I was before. I went back into Mr. Whitehead's class after a year, and I had forgotten everything about the argument we had a year prior, because to me, nothing else was that important anymore. My dad was the only important thing in my life, and knowing that he could die, it really put a perspective on life. Because I was such an emotional wreck, so angry, and could be very volatile, there was an email sent out to the school, to the teachers in the school, saying, do not talk to Cameron about his dad. That was a very wise choice, because I don't think I would have responded good to a lot of teachers asking me about my dad. But there is one person that always asked me about my dad, and that was Mr. Whitehead. After I went back and I sat in his class and actually learnt from him for the first time, I realised that he actually cared. Like, he really genuinely cared about us, about his pupils. And when he asked me for the first time how my dad was, a lot of anger blew up in me and a lot of upset. Not because he asked me, but because I had misjudged this person off rip. Like, I misjudged him, and I felt bad, really bad, because I just thought he was just another teacher coming to do his job, go home and whatever. But when he asked me, it was with genuine care. He actually wanted to know if I was okay, how I was doing, and if he could give me any advice. This story taught me a hell of a lot at the time, but the main thing I took away from it is not to judge someone too fast. When I saw this guy as a kid, as a dumb, stupid kid, all I thought was, oh, look at this nerd, this teacher, this, he's just so up himself, whatever. And I just thought all bad thoughts because of the way he was dressed, because of the way he talked, because he told me to take my hands out of my pockets when I talked to him. But, every time I spoke to him after that day and forevermore, I never talk to him with my hands in my pockets. I never do it to anyone because it's rude. And he taught me that through an argument. That was a story of when I was a dumb kid, very hot-headed kid. But I thank people like Mr. Whitehead for showing me a better way to hold myself. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be who I am today. He is a little part of who I am. And I am so appreciative of that. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. See ya.